Good morning, biology students. Today we're going to be taking a look at the history of cells. So you have a couple different tasks to do today. Your first is just going to be to watch this video and take some notes along with me in the video. You will need your new Unit 2 note page, which is linked here. And it looks like this, so you can either take the notes online like you did last unit, or you can print this off and take them in, on paper as well. And then we're going to be following in the slideshow on slides 8 to 14 for today's lesson. So let's get started. So like I said, we're going to be looking at the history of the cell today. You should have already completed your warm-up and also watched this video already as well. So the general organization of life. We mentioned this briefly at the very beginning of biology, but we all know that from last year in chemistry, we learned that atoms are the smallest unit of life. They're the smallest thing that makes everything up. And from atoms, we make molecules or compounds. So we put those atoms and we put those elements together to make compounds. And compounds is how we make organelles. Later today, you're going to be researching some different organelles and what organelles are. Multiple organelles come together to make your cells, which make up you. A group of similar cells make up a tissue. A group of tissues make up organs. Organs make organ systems, and then together all of your organs working together make up an organism, or a living thing. So establishing where the history of the cell came from, Robert Hooke was the first person to discover the cell back in 1665. This image down here is the picture of the cell he first saw, and he looked at a dead cell wall of a plant. So a cell wall is just the outer layer of a plant cell, which we'll learn about. Some other important members in discovering the cell was Anton van Leeuwenhoek. He was the first person to see a living cell under the microscope. And this is just a picture of his microscope. So you all know what a microscope looks like now. This was the very first microscope. There's also different types of cells. There's animal cells and plant cells. Theodor Schwann discovered animal cells, and Matthias Schleiden discovered plant cells. And we're going to learn about the differences between plant and animal cells later next week. One way you can remember who discovered each of these types of cells is that Theodor Schwann discovered animal cells, and the swan is an animal. So that's how you can remember that Schwann discovered animal cells and then Schleiden discovered plant cells. And then the biggest thing that we need to talk about today is cell theory. Cell theory has three main components, and these will be on your test, so you will need to be able to repeat these back to me. And the cell theory is that all living things are made of cells. All cells come from pre-existing cells, and that cells are the basic unit of life. So in order to be considered living, things have to have cells. Cells just don't come from anywhere. They come from something else. They come from a different cell. And again, all living things are made of cells. So those are the only notes we're going to be going over today. Your next task for today is to create a video about a certain organelle. So in this video, you're going to be naming the organelle that you've been assigned. You're going to describe the structure of the organelle. So you can either find a picture of it and paste it into your Flipgrid, or you can draw a picture of it and label the different sections of it. And you're going to describe the function of the organelle, and not just its individual function, but its function overall that helps the rest of the cell function because of its specific organelle. So here are your assignments, and these are also listed in Canvas for what organelle you're responsible for. So if we go out of this PowerPoint and go back to our Canvas page, you can see that you're going to be making a video, and you're going to be posting that video on Flipgrid. The link to Flipgrid is listed right here, so if you click on that link, it'll bring you to our classroom Flipgrid page, where your whole class is going to be posting their videos. So you do have to join with Google, because you're going to be signing in with your personal WAMA account. You have to use your WAMA email, otherwise you won't be able to get into this little page here. So you can record a response, and that's where you're going to post your videos, and then eventually there'll be at least 20 different videos listed on here. Your next job after creating your own video is to watch your classmates' videos so that you can learn about the other organelles that you didn't study. Notice that in your note sheet, if you scroll down a little bit, you have spots to put what is the structure of the nucleus. You can either draw a little picture or post a picture there, and then explain its function as well. In addition to watching the videos of your partners, you can also go down to the bottom of this Canvas assignment page today, and you can see that all of the notes for all of the organelles are also posted there. Let me know if you have any questions.